Hello everyone, it's Colby, and welcome to another video talking about subclasses. This time we are going to be ranking the Rogue. I am joined by my buddy Philip.
Hey.
Who is changing his voice, that's not his real voice. And,
You have no proof.
well, I mean, we have the other videos, but yeah.
No, that I was changing my voices. Then this is my real
Then,
voice.
in all the other 20 videos that are out,
Yeah.
that wasn't your real voice.
No.
Okay, I see.
This is my real voice. Obviously.
Obviously.
Fair
So with these subclasses, these are our own opinions. They are, for the most part, not influenced and not really compared to other subclasses from other classes. And we try not to let it reflect, we try not to let how we feel about the class reflect on how we feel about the subclass.
We don't succeed.
No, sometimes we don't succeed. That's an exaggeration.
It's based off if you were to play this class, which subclass would we want to play?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with power or what is the quote unquote best. It's just if you tell me to come into a campaign with a rogue, which rogue would I want to play?
Exactly. Some of them are actually objectively terrible. Not saying these subclasses are, but
Beastmaster.
Cavalier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And if you see something in D tier, obviously Cavalier is not as. I'm showing something in the tier maker thing, but I'm in full webcam.
In tier maker, they are in order of when we did them on each tier. It's not like Profane Soul is better than Cavalier or Cavalier better than Illusion Wizard.
Yeah, and Cavalier is not on the same
It's
level as Alchemist as well. It's just
that's just based off time
yeah,
of
exactly.
when we recorded.
Yeah. So
We're special. We're getting really good at intros too.
oh yeah, we're just gonna make this one as
Get
long as
Worse
possible.
every time.
Yeah. It's
funny.
Let's move on to, okay.
Assassin.
It's not the first one.
Okay, Arcane Trickster. I have it in A.
Arcane Trickster, I also have in A. I probably wouldn't really play it, but it's great.
It is a subclass I am down to play in a one-shot anytime, but I don't really want to play it in a long campaign.
That's fair.
So it's A for me, because for me, S is I'll play the heck out of that in a long campaign, anytime, any day. A is prime one-shot material. D
Yep.
is if I have an idea for a character with that, it could be great. And C is okay, yeah. And D is garbage.
Yeah, so with Arcane Trickster, it's exactly how it sounds. You are the spell-casting rogue, and it really complements the rogue's features or attributes really well, especially with its most powerful attribute, giving you an invisible mage hand, which you got to be careful as a DM, setting rules on what that thing can do, because if you're playing if someone's playing a rogue that wants to steal a lot, it's a little bit difficult to really tell them.
And it can pick locks and disarm traps.
Yes, absolutely.
You
So
can retrieve stuff worn by someone.
yep.
Which is really funny when you see enemies bandits and then their swords just each slowly work their way out of the scabbard and off to the bushes.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's very powerful. It's a simple third level thing that's just great. And then after that
you get your spells are from the wizard spell list.
yeah.
It's the best spell list.
You're not a full half caster like a paladin or a ranger or an artificer. You're an Eldritch Knight. So
rogue.
you're not going to be dealing a ton of damage with these spells. My best advice for Arcane Trickster is to get spells that enhance your abilities or allow you to do things better in roleplay.
Yeah, this, with Eldritch Knight, you don't take damage spells. You might take a damage cantrip. But for spells, go for buffs, battlefield control. Don't bother with damage because you're not going to do enough.
No, to
because
justify.
like, you don't get a second level spell slot until 7th level. That's garbage.
Yeah,
You know, like
it is.
regular spellcasters at 4th level spells by then.
Yeah,
You know, you're just not. It's a waste of your time and your spell slots to go for damage spells. Damage cantrip is fine.
yeah,
Cantrips scale on their own. And you'll probably do more with a cantrip than you would with a spell anyways. So just for battlefield control, like get stuff like grease. Later on get haste. Haste with a rogue. Oh, delicious.
yeah.
You know, like illusion magic. Also very good for a rogue.
Mm-hmm. And just keep in mind that when you do use a spell, you're probably missing out on an opportunity to use your sneak attack. So that's also a reason why I don't take damage dealing, because you're probably just going to do more damage with your sneak attack, if you can do it, which you probably can.
Oh yeah. Rogues can do so much damage in one attack. Taking a damage spell is a waste of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, even if some of the later subclass features aren't, amazing, just the core of this subclass is great, with the spells complementing just being a rogue and the mage hand. But
Yeah, so by the time you can learn Fireball, like the damage spell, you get 76 for your sneak attack at that point.
yeah.
Why are you wasting your time with Fireball?
So Arcane Trickster is an easy A.
It's a solid class. It's just like, I don't want to play it in long campaign.
No, I don't think I would either, and that's more personal.
One of the most fun, because it's one of the most versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Probably is the most versatile on this list, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because the spells just bring versatility. Spellcasters are just versatile in their nature, because you just have so much choice. You're just spoiled for choice with the spells you can get.
Yeah. So let's move on to Assassin, which I put as a D.
I put in C.
Okay.
I put it in C because I have 2 in D, which I don't like.
Okay.
And this, to me, is a lot like the Champion Fighter, which is also in C.
Okay.
You know, it's not great. It just gives that little more to the rogue. You know, like
Yeah.
it just adds a little seasoning to your food. It doesn't give you a side dish, or, you know, like it's just a little bit extra, like Champion. You know, it's not as good as anything in BA or S. However, like, it is a step above the ones below it, because the ones below it, like, I don't see any way that I'm playing one of them.
Yeah, I guess with like the ones I have in C and D, like I think I put one in C. I probably put all 4 of the ones I have. I have 3 in D right now, and I think the one in C I wouldn't really care if I put it in D as well, because like they're all just meh, and we'll get into what those are later.
Like this one is one of the better ones to multi-class into, because Assassinate is really useful.
It's really not. I would not multi-class into this, to be honest.
I would rather if you want to make like the ultimate assassin, if you were a Gloomstalker Ranger, multi-class into an assassin rogue, oh my gosh.
That would be good. Yes, I'll admit that.
It's ridiculous. Like this one has just more multi-class potential to me.
Yep.
Than the next 2, which are the ones that I have at D. And
yes.
I just like, so that puts it a step above for me, because like I would use this. I wouldn't want to play it solely, but I would use this subclass.
Yeah, it is better than the next 2 that we're going to talk about. So I'm perfectly.
So that's why I have it in C over D. Like, I don't really want to play any of the things in C that much, but I'd rather play them more than the ones in D.
Yeah, so we'll put
like D is hard pass.
We'll put Assassin in C, and we'll move on to the ones that we've already revealed are going to be D, starting with Inquisitive.
Loves
Which
the idea.
it's
AP
not.
execution.
Yeah. It's
It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, like
Like-
so with insight checks, like you can treat a roll of 7 or lower as an 8.
It's cool. But like, I don't know.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I
the crazy thing is they give 3 things at 3rd level, and it still feels like it's just like,
It's because it's all stat related things, and as a rogue, you don't need more buffs to your stats. You get expertise and you get half proficiency and stuff. You
yeah.
don't need this.
I see where they were coming from.
Absolutely. This is the Sherlock Holmes class. And the next one is the Moriarty class.
Yeah.
But they're not well done. If you
Yeah.
were to play a one shot where it's all about like sussing out who the killer is, this could be a good one. But that's so specific,
Yeah.
and
there's better
and there's so many other
options.
classes that I'd rather do that with.
Yeah.
So whatever. You know, like you already
Yeah.
get so many stat boosts as the rogue. Rogues are skill monkeys, almost as good as bards are. Not quite, but almost. So you just don't need this.
Yeah, and like 9th level steady eye, it's like you get advantage on perception, investigation, if you move no more than half your speed on the same turn. It's like those advantages, I don't think are even that powerful enough for you to have to like limit it.
Yeah.
And like,
I just don't.
like, are you doing this in combat?
Specific. So specific.
when
Yeah,
are you-
it is because sometimes you need to do checks in combat.
I mean,
And
sometimes.
then, like, you can also have initiative when you're in dungeons and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But or you could just say, "Hey, I'm moving half my speed always. I'm just walking slowly."
Yeah, it's
No.
just.
As a DM, I'd allow it because this subclass is pretty garbage, so they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, I every single part of this subclass is just.
It's just so boring.
Yeah, so let's just put this one in D and then be more negative. Fuel the rest of our negativity into the next one, which is
The ones after that
Mastermind.
are all a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. So like again, I see where they're going for what they're going for with Mastermind.
Yeah.
You're the gang boss. You're the mastermind. You're super smart and
Yeah,
yeah.
you're a Batman villain.
You're a Batman villain. Absolutely.
But what does it do though?
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean? Like,
that-
you can use help action as a bonus action. Oh. Thank you. I always wanted to help as a bonus action. I don't know if I've ever used the help action as an action. I don't know
Yeah.
if I've ever used it outside during combat.
I know. And like
I've only ever used the help action outside of combat, other than helping someone like get up or something, or helping someone get out of a grapple, and that's it. And like, just stab the guy.
I know. And Master of Intrigue, they get so close to this being helpful because it talks
Yeah.
about how like mimicking the speech patterns, and I was like, oh, you can mimic someone. No, you can mimic sounding like that person's accent. So you sound like a native speaker
Oh,
of
yeah.
a particular land. Are you kidding me?
You're just real good at accents if you hear someone.
So what? You can do an Australian accent? That's your thing?
Only if you hear one, though.
Yeah, and it takes you a
Colby.
minute.
But Colby, imagine playing a Kenku Mastermind rogue.
Oh yeah.
It's so stupid.
I know. So this one's just yeah. Let's throw this one down at the bottom with
It didn't
Inquisitive.
stick the landing at all.
No. Let's move on to actual good subclass, Phantom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mode said this one is D.
Well, she doesn't watch these, so for context, Mode is my girlfriend that played Phantom in one of our longest campaigns. Very biased. but it's a good subclass.
Also, she texted me before we were going into this video and was like, "Hey, Phantom's an S tier, right?" I don't think it is. For
I don't
me,
think
it's a
it
B.
is. Yeah, I put it
think
as
it's-
a B. It's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Good, not great.
I'd have a good time playing it. I like the idea of it. It's thematically nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I just don't want to play it. Like, if someone gave me a pre-made sheet and had it on it, I wouldn't be sad.
No, I like the soul tokens thing. That's kind of a cool extra little
You know,
bit.
everything about it is cool. It's just not one I want to play.
Yeah. Ghost Walk is great. You can turn into a basically like a specter.
A ghosty boy.
Yes.
This is the Danny Phantom class.
Yeah.
He's a phantom. Danny Phantom.
And Wills from the Grave gives the rogue some pretty decent AoE or like multiple target damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything about this class is like, yeah, okay, I can dig it.
Yeah. It's good, not great, and I do mean that it's good. Like it's solid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the President's Choice Cola. It's fine. I'd rather have Coke or Pepsi. But like, if someone gives it to me at a barbecue, I'll drink it.
Yeah. I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it if other Pepsi.
Yeah,
was next
same.
to it,
I wouldn't
but-
buy it either. But like, if I'm at a barbecue or something, and that's what it is, you know, I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna enjoy it. But,
Yeah.
like, I'm never gonna pick it myself.
So let's put Phantom at B.
Yeah.
Like we've said, everything we need.
Solid mid.
Yeah. Let's move on to Scout.
I like Scout. Scout is S.
Really? That's higher than I put it. I put it as a B.
I have it in S.
Like,
And the reason I have it in S is just because man, you're so fast.
see, for this
And-
one, I would never want to play a long campaign or really like a short, like one-off, but I would
Cool.
multi-class the shit out of this.
If I'm honest, I wouldn't want to play a long campaign as Rogue.
Okay.
I
mean-
just don't want to play Rogue in general.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But,
Like,
but again, if you had to choose, you'd have to choose. one of
I'd
these.
pick probably. I'd be down to choose this one. Also, this one is a good multi-class, as you said.
Yeah, fair enough. I think all the traits are good. I don't think the 9th level is very good, but it fits at least. You move faster. You can.
Yeah, it should be more,
Should have more, absolutely.
or you should get a speed boost at every feature instead of just that one.
Yeah. But like just that skirmisher feat, like just being able to move half your speed away if an enemy ends its turn within
Yeah.
5 feet of you, that's great in like
Yeah.
for so many other
man.
classes.
If you multi-class this as a monk,
Yeah.
you can go so fast, so
Yeah.
far.
And like this,
Anyone comes near you, you're gone.
Yeah.
Monks are fast.
like I've played a rogue scout with mobile feat. I was
Yeah.
just running away. Like I just outrun everyone. I was just running circles around, like back and forth, running.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was my primary way because they couldn't get to me. They didn't have enough speed.
Yeah. Oh, then if you have like a wizard that has haste,
Yeah,
oh, your
Absolutely.
speed goes up too when you have haste on.
yeah. So you put this as an S. I put it as a B.
Yeah. I
But
put it as S just because it's like, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's a pretty solid A. I have no issue with it being an A.
Me neither. This one is an A for me as well.
Soulknife, I think
Mhm.
I also put it in A. Yes, I did. It's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's just cool.
It's really cool. That's one thing that really has going for it. You have like psionic daggers and this whole like system, like a battle master where you can like use psionic energy dies, like a superiority die. It's not
Yeah,
as
no.
extensive, of course, but
No.
you got options.
I do like that you don't need weapons on you.
No, and this,
That's so useful
This
to
is
just make blades appear
yeah.
and throw them.
Yeah, this
That's-
is one of the subclasses that actually does throwing weapons correctly and makes them
Yeah.
that you'd want to use them. Because throwing weapons
Mhm.
usually suck, let's be honest. But psychic blades throwing like psychic daggers at people is just cool.
Yeah.
At 9th level you can
You can
Teleport?
home them.
psychic teleportation.
Yeah. You can have homing strikes with your blades.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Psychic
With a
veil, you
miss,
can become
reroll.
invisible.
Always useful.
Yeah. It's just every bit of this is good
Yeah.
and cool.
It's cool. It's just it's just not at the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not quite it's like at the cusp. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like I'd put this above Arcane Trickster.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I like it more. We will put it in A and move on to the only one I have in S, Swashbuckler.
I agree.
It's so fun to play as well.
Yeah.
It actually makes martial
It-
classes more interesting. Play on the
It's just-
battlefield.
It's just good.
It's-
And you could be a pirate. Yar.
You can be a pirate. You can be honestly
Yar.
whatever you want. You can
Yar.
multi-classing into this is amazing too.
Yar, I'm a pirate.
Yes, you're a pirate. You want me to acknowledge that?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Yar.
Yeah, so it works much like the mobile feat, which if you make a melee attack against a creature, you can run away with no
There
opportunity
be
attacks.
panache with this one.
Endless pirate
I
jokes
just-
from Philip.
Oh man. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others to be honest.
And like the rest of the class features are good, but it's really just like the
That's
third
the
level one
abilities.
that just makes it.
If
be
your
honest.
first ability in a subclass is really good, it's going high in my books no matter what.
Yeah, because that makes it even
It's-
if the later ones are bad, you're still having fun with the third level.
Yeah. Also, I like to multi-class. If you have a good third
Yes.
level, chances are I'm gonna use you as a multi-class. If you don't,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it.
So Swashbuckler, easy S, and the only S that will be there for the Rogue. Now let's move on to the last subclass.
What do you mean? Thief's not going in S? I
Okay.
had it in B.
You had it in B, I had it
I had it
in
in B.
C.
I had it in B. The reason I had it in B is because like in a lot of campaigns, like not only the right campaign, but in a lot of campaigns, this would be very useful. All the abilities, and like usually when people play Rogue, they like to go in places ahead of time. This class, it's all about doing that. It's all about getting in there quietly. You can get up to like second story of a building easier. You know, like, it's just good for infiltrating, which can be very useful. And you know, I just dig that.
Yeah. I can recognize that the subclass features really complement what they're trying to do with this.
This is the parkour subclass.
It's the parkour. It's basically like the robber class. Like if this was just if you're just a street robber that was insanely good at its job, just robbing a house. Like you just get in, you have I don't know where I'm going with this.
You're just a thief.
Yeah. That's
It's called
basically
thief. You're a thief.
Yeah.
You can pickpocket people really well.
You can
You're good at climbing into their windows.
you can pick
Hide your
locks.
kids, hide your wives.
The thief rogue is coming for you.
Use magic device. One of the most useless abilities I've ever seen.
You say one of the most useless?
Yeah. How often do you see a magic item that has class, race, or level requirements?
Oh yes, absolutely. You're right. That's I honestly wouldn't even care as a DM. If like, unless it really made sense.
I've never even seen those requirements on magic items. I think it's because this was made in the player's handbook and they were gonna put that kind of thing in and then they just abandoned it. Because
Fair
I've
enough.
never even seen anything with that. Like there's a couple things that have requirements, but it's usually like you need to be this strong, not you need to be a Goliath.
Yeah, that's true. And then like, you can see that they tried to do that a little bit as well with Battle Rager. Just another like race restriction. There's like
Yeah.
feats that are race restrictive. It
Well,
usually
it's
doesn't
like
feel good.
they dip their toes in, and then everyone's like, "No, don't do that." Okay. And they just
Fair
never did
enough.
it again.
So
Because the only subclasses that do that are in the player's handbook.
Yeah, fair enough. You put this as a B, I put it as a C. I'd probably play Phantom over it. I think I would like this one to
I
be in
would
a
too,
C.
but I'd play this over Assassin any day.
Oh yeah, you have a good point there. I mean,
know
that's
what I
why
mean?
I had Assassin in D, to be fair. But B. We'll put it in B.
Like if you hand me a character sheet with Assassin, I'm going to be a lot more apprehensive about it than if you give me one that says Thief on it.
Yeah, that's true. I really wouldn't have much fun with an assassin. I can find something to enjoy being a thief.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I had it in B.
Yeah. So those are all the subclasses for
That one was fast.
Rogue. It was fast, and I don't really know why. I think we...
It's because we didn't like break down each ability of them. Like, it was quick snippets.
That's true. I mean, it's...
It's Rogue. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Rogue. Most people like Rogue.
Yeah, most
It is
people
what it is.
like
There's a
Rogue.
few that are really good. Rogue is just a good base class. So like, if you play any of these, you're gonna have fun because Rogue's just a good class.
But you're gonna have more fun with some of the ones at the top. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just gives you more options that are useful. The
Mhm.
ones at the top, whereas the ones at the bottom, are the options are a little less there. But
Yeah,
like
or
Rogue,
don't
Rogue
work
just
well.
as base class is one of the few that you actually get something at every single level up.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few that is like that. Wizard is the opposite.
Yeah, well, you get spells. That's their thing, right?
Yeah, but like for the class features and stuff, you don't get much. It's
Yeah.
mostly like ability score improvement and then arcane tradition. That's it,
Yeah.
because you get spells. Like this one, you actually get rogue abilities often.
Mhm.
By often, I mean every single level up. You
Yep.
get something, whether it's archetype feature, uncanny dodge, expertise, evasion, ability score, reliable talent, blind sense. You're always getting something every time you level up, which just feels great as a player.
Mm-hmm. And it does look like Rogue is skewing more positive too. It has a few really bad ones, and then the rest are just good or
Rogue
better.
is just a good class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't particularly like playing it. That's just personal preference of how rogues play. But like, it's rare for me to have ever played D&D without a rogue in my party. People like rogue.
That's true. You got a good point there. Well,
Usually at least one.
those are all of the Rogue subclasses then. We are going to be doing the rest of the classes over the next few weeks. We still have Sorcerer, Paladin, Warlock, Ranger, and Bard to do. Oh, and Druid.
And
So-
there's 6 left.
Yeah, there's still a lot of videos to make. We've already done Cleric, Artificer, Fighter, Monk, Barbarian, and Blood Hunter. We should have released the video on Wizard a week ago. So watch those videos if you're interested. We make lots more videos about D&D, so check those out. like and subscribe, of course, and stay tuned for the rest of our videos on subclasses. I don't know what we're going to do after all this. We're nearing
We could
the
finish
end.
what we were doing before we started this.
Yeah, what's that?
We did one video on looking at the class features, and we did it on Barbarian, and then we never did one again.
Yeah, there's a lot of content that can be made about D&D, so we got a lot to go through.
We can also go over like our favorite multi-class combos.
Yep.
We can do this, but for like homebrew that we've made.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Future content.
Stay tuned. Have a good day or night or whatever you're watching this at. Have a good one.
Bye bye.